Overloading with information. Staying focused on relevance in Chapter 2 Thesis Writing. Chapter 2 of a thesis, also known as the Review of Related Literature, RRL, serves as the foundation of a research study by examining past works, identifying gaps, and situating the research within an academic framework. However, one of the biggest challenges students face in writing Chapter 2 is overloading the section with excessive information. While it is essential to demonstrate a strong grasp of the subject matter, including too much data, unnecessary details, or unrelated studies can make the literature review difficult to follow and reduce its effectiveness. This section discusses the risks of overloading information, common mistakes, and strategies for maintaining a focused and relevant literature review. 1. The risks of overloading information in Chapter 2. Including too much information in the literature review can create several problems, including a lack of focus and clarity. A literature review should support the study's objectives, but excessive content can bury key points under flood of unnecessary information. Overloading can make the writing confusing, making it difficult for readers to extract important insights. Example of an unfocused statement. Various scholars have examined social media usage among students. Some focus on its impact on communication. Smith, 2020, while others analyze psychological effects. Garcia, 2019. There are also studies on time management. Lee, 2018, academic performance. Chen, 2017, and cultural perspectives. Brown, 2016, revised version with focus. Studies on social media's impact on students highlight key areas such as communication. Smith, 2020, and psychological well-being. Garcia, 2019, both of which are relevant to this study's objective of exploring mental health effects. The revised version removes unrelated topics, time management, culture, and focuses only on what is relevant to the research objective, the redundancy and repetition. Overloading information often leads to repeating the same points in different ways, making the literature review unnecessarily long. This issue can frustrate readers and weaken the impact of the research. Example of redundant writing. Social media affects student communication. Students who use social media frequently develop different communication styles. Garcia, 2021. Research shows that social media alters student interaction patterns. Lee, 2020. According to Brown, 2019, social media also influences how students engage in conversations. Revised version without redundancy. Social media influences student communication styles, leading to changes in interaction patterns. Garcia, 2021. Lee, 2020. Brown, 2019. The revised version eliminates repetitive phrases and combines citations effectively. C. Unnecessary background information. While context is important, excessive background details can divert attention from the main research focus. Historical overviews, definitions, or unrelated discussions should be kept to a minimum or placed in an appendix. Example of an unnecessary background section. Social media emerged in the early 2000s with platforms such as MySpace and Friendster. Over time, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram became dominant. Today, platforms like TikTok and Snapchat are widely used. This shift in social media development has influenced various aspects of student life. Revised version focused on relevance. The rise of social media has significantly influenced student behavior, particularly in areas of communication and psychological well-being. Smith, 2022. The historical details are unnecessary in a literature review focused on student behavior. The revised version keeps the core idea without distractions. D. Difficulty in identifying research gaps. If too much unrelated information is included, identifying research gaps becomes challenging. A well-organized review should highlight what is missing in current literature to justify the study's purpose. Example of an overloaded review. Many studies discuss the effects of social media on student behavior, mental health, and academic performance. Some examine how students engage in online discussions, while others focus on how social media affects self-esteem and productivity. Additionally, there is research on time spent on social media, sleep patterns, and content consumption habits. Revised version with research gaps identified. While extensive research covers social media's impact on mental health and academic performance, there is limited focus on its role in shaping student resilience. Garcia, 2022. Lee, 2023. This study aims to explore this overlooked aspect The revised version removes unrelated topics and clearly identifies a research gap. 2. Common mistakes leading to overloaded literature reviews. Many students make the following errors, leading to excessive information, listing studies instead of synthesizing them, including every source found, even if not directly relevant, writing lengthy summaries of each study, instead of connecting them, repeating the same points across multiple sections, focusing on broad generalizations instead of specific insights. To avoid these mistakes, it is essential to apply strategic selection and synthesis techniques. 3. Strategies for staying focused on relevance to prevent overloading Chapter 2 with unnecessary information. Follow these effective strategies. A. Establish clear inclusion criteria before adding a study. Ask, does this research directly relate to my study's objectives? Does it help in identifying a gap in the literature? Does it align with my research questions? If the answer is no, consider excluding or summarizing the study briefly. B. Use thematic organization. Group studies by themes or variables rather than presenting them one by one. This makes it easier to identify key patterns and gaps. Example of thematic synthesis. Instead of writing, Brown 2020 studied social media and academic performance. Lee 2021 examined mental health and social media. Garcia 2019 analyzed time management and social media. Right. Studies highlight two major themes. 1. Social media's impact on academic performance. Brown 2020, and to its influence on mental health. Lee 2021. Garcia 2019. The revised version groups related studies, making it easier to follow. So use summaries instead of long excerpts. Avoid copying large portions from studies. Instead, summarize key findings concisely. Use tables or bullet points to present comparisons effectively. Example of a comparative table. Study focus area key findings. Brown 2020 academic performance. Social media use leads to decrease study hours. Lee 2021 mental health. High social media usage correlates with anxiety. Garcia 2019 time management. Social media distraction affects productivity. This approach presents multiple studies concisely, avoiding excessive text. D. Revise and edit ruthlessly after writing. Eliminate redundant content. Check if each paragraph directly contributes to the study's objectives. Use editing tools like Grammarly or Hemingway Editor to improve clarity. 4. Final checklist to avoid overloading information. Does every study included directly support the research objectives? Are findings summarized clearly instead of listed in detail? Are unrelated or outdated studies removed? Is the literature review structured by themes rather than individual studies? Does the content highlight research gaps effectively? By maintaining focus and relevance, Chapter 2 will be clear, engaging, and academically strong, enhancing the thesis's overall quality. If you find this content helpful, subscribe to stay updated on the next tips for writing Chapter 2. Feel free to comment below with topics you'd like us to cover in future content. Thank you.